Hi everyone, it's Michelle here at Purple Monkey Moments, and oh, that camera hopefully will stop shaking in a second. I've tried a new setup for my filming and we'll have to see how it goes. That looks like it's calmed down a little bit. I'm here today with a project that I created for my kids' teachers. My daughter wanted to give her teacher a photo album, and my son wanted to give his favorite teacher a photo album. Andrew's in junior high and has 6 teachers or something like that, so I was just going to make them for one person. I decided in the end to go with more of a photo folio rather than an album, but it still holds a ton of pictures. It holds about 50 pictures, which I thought was fun. So I have combined a couple of tutorials. I'm using sort of a trifold folio style, which is something that my sister Scrapper does. And I used, it's a waterfall trifold folio. So I followed a bit of a waterfall tutorial from LM's Crafty Creations, and I will link that tutorial underneath in the description box. So that's where I got the waterfall idea, and the way that the layouts are is reminiscent, is like Kathy Orda's Mr. Grant and Mr. Benjamin albums, which I'll show you in a sec how I've kind of used how she lays out her photo mats. So this is what I've created. So it's kind of a combination of a couple of different tutorials, and hopefully you like it. This is the first one I've made. I'm in the middle of creating the one for my son, and I'm making it slightly differently to try and adapt to some of the problems that I've had in this one, because it's quite a thick album, as you can see there. Thick. There's lots of paper. Anyway, this one uses Photoplay's Rhapsody, which I actually got as a freebie at one of my crops that I go to, one of my retreats that I went to back in January. So I am finally getting around to using the paper. So it's a fair size folio. It is 9 by 6.5, and this spine is 1 inch, and then this spine is 3/4 of an inch. But in the new one I'm making this spine 1/2 inch to try and give a little more room for this folio to lie flat or flatter. So we'll see how that works. It was my husband's suggestion, and he's much more kind of technical than I am. So we'll see how it works. So the front just says, so fill your heart with what's important and be done with all the rest. And I love that little sentiment. I loved this butterfly paper. I thought it was just gorgeous. The paper is bright and colorful and cheerful. And I may decorate this up a little bit more. I haven't decided yet. So just a simple ribbon closure. And then when you open it up, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get the full trifold effect, but that's the trifold there. But I'll show you just 2 at a time. So this side has a waterfall, and it's a double waterfall, and each of these waterfalls holds 23 photos. So I just put one of the 3x4 cut aparts up here that says Life is Lovely, and it's just magnetized there, and it's just to hold the waterfall down. And so what I've done is each of these mats measure 6.25 by 6.25. So this holds a 4x6 portrait style photo, though this one honestly isn't intended to hold a photo. It's just for the color, because when you have this on top you really can't see it. And then a little 1 7/8 by 6 little strip of paper. But in this way it holds portrait photos. In this way it holds landscape photos. So when the strip goes at the top or at the bottom, you can put a 4x6 photo. When the strip goes at the right or the left, you can put a landscape photo or a portrait style photo. And this is how Kathy Orda does her Mr. Grant, Mr. Benjamin things. So I had bought those tutorials previously and love the Mr. Grant, Mr. Benjamin albums. You can see 2 that I've already made on my YouTube channel. But I decided to try it here so that the teachers could put whatever they wanted, either a portrait or a landscape. And you'll notice that in this waterfall, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flips. There's actually 12, because these are each a booklet, which is what LM's Crafty Creations did. And I thought it was a great idea. So this whole thing, each of these are a booklet. So they each little booklet holds 4 4x6 photos. So this is one little booklet, one tier of the waterfall. And then you flip it, and then there's one more tier of the waterfall. Flip it, one more tier of the waterfall. And then the last tier of the waterfall, and then at the back is just a little spot to hold, in this little pocket, just a spot to hold a couple of the cut-aparts. I loved these cut-aparts. The things you are passionate about are not random, they are your calling. And then a little guitar and a little 4x4 photo mat. So that is the first waterfall. Here on this sort of inside page of the Trifold is just a pocket. This is one of the 4x6s from the collection, Wild and Free. I thought this was so beautiful. And then these are just two of the photo mats that can hold a 4x6 or a landscape or portrait. And I think I'm actually going to decorate the back as well, like I did in my Mr. Grant and Mr. Benjamin albums, because I think that would look nice. And give more spots for photos. So 23 photos here, 24, 25, 26. So we're already at half, more than half. And then I put a double pocket here with this 4x6 cut apart. Remember this beautiful one. And then on the back, just a spot for a photo. And then good vibes. And then two more. So that's 26, 27, 28, 29. And then here are another 23 full 4x6. So this is just magnetized with this butterfly. Be who you are, not who the world wants you to be. I loved that. And this just flips down like this, exactly like the other side. And then again, with the double waterfall that I got the idea from LM's Crafty Creations. So I loved this way of adding more pictures without making a 12-tier waterfall. It's still a 6-tier waterfall, just doubled up in little booklets. There, there, there. And then again, a little 4x4 and two more. Stay young and let your light shine. So this is a beautiful collection for any of you who don't have it. I have to say Photoplay paper is becoming one of my absolute favorite companies. Love their stuff. There's a new one coming out called Band Geek. I can't wait to get it for my son. My kids are musical and there aren't a lot of things for musical kids. This is just from the sticker collection. Perhaps this very instant is your time. And so that's it, just a couple of magnets here and then the ribbon closure, and I just use strips of the paper to cover up stuff. So in my next one that I'm making, I'm hoping that bringing this in a little bit will give a little more room for this not to alligator quite so much, but I'm still really happy with how this turned out. And I love that you can fit 50 photos in it. And I thought it was just a fun way to create something for my kids' teachers that didn't take very long. I had the base of this album made in maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. It took me a long time to decorate because I'm not a great decorator, but so this is one of them done. I have the cover started for the next one, so I'll be back when I finish it to show you what I created for my son's teacher. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.